Welcome back. Now, Finance Minister Tito Mboweni says South Africa is on a path of renewal and growth. It follows what he says were wasted years of Jacob Zuma's presidency. Mboweni was part of President Cyril Ramaphosa's Team South Africa at the World Economic Forum in Davos.
Well, I've been coming to Davos since 1991, on and off. I have a badge, actually, which recognizes me, amongst others, of course, as those who have been friends of Davos for many years. Yes, I came here to visit with President Nelson Mandela in 1992, and we had a wonderful time in Davos. Obviously, at that time, we were preparing for South African democracy. There was a lot of interest, and I've been here for several years when President Mbeki was president of the Republic of South Africa, and the other years when President Zuma was.
Let's talk about that.
And this time, I'm here when President Ramaphosa is president. Last year, there was a lot of excitement about South Africa, that South Africa was turning a new chapter after 9 wasted years of the Zuma administration. And now we are here this year to re-emphasize once again that South Africa is on the path of renewal and growth.
The economic freedom fighters are throwing down the gauntlet. The party's threatening to disrupt President Cyril Ramaphosa's second State of the Nation address. The Red Berets are demanding more answers from him over Bosasa, which is featuring prominently at the state capture inquiry. ENCA's Aldrin St. Pierre reports.
Does February the 7th mark the return of the disruptions from the Red Berets, or should we say the Red Helmets?
We see honorable members using their heads to harm others.
Will the euphoria of SONA 2018 be gone? And could President Cyril Ramaphosa end up on this couch like his predecessor? The EFF is demanding Ramaphosa allow journalists to question him over Bosasa. Last year, the president revealed his son had a contract with the company, which also donated R500,000 to Ramaphosa's ANC presidential campaign.
We give the president until the end of January to comply with the above, failing which we will write to the Speaker of the National Assembly to convert the SONA into question and answering session for the president.
During the tenure of former President Jacob Zuma, Speaker Baleka Mbete refused this same request. The EFF has pressing questions over Ramaphosa's Bosasa admissions.
And I proceeded to ask my son what this was all about. And he runs a business as a financial consultancy business. He actually even showed me a contract that he signed with Bosasa, and the contract also deals with issues of integrity, issues of anti-corruption, and all that.
Let the clean man produce a contract between his son and Bosasa, a contract which he has seen with his naked eye.
He immediately became aware. He then took the most responsible and courageous step to write back to the Speaker of the National Assembly, since it is something that he was not even aware of. The best thing to do is to make sure that such funds, perhaps the safest thing to do would be to return them.
Ask for proof of payment or deposit slip with a bank stamp that shows he has paid back the money to Bosasa. You slaughtered a cow.
This matter could well become 2019's Payback the Money saga. Aldrin St. Pierre, Johannesburg.
Well, we'll soon know who funds our political parties. President Cyril Ramaphosa has signed the party political funding bill into law. The EFF, ANC and DA have all had to fend off questions about dubious donations in recent years. ENCA's Samkele Maseko finds out how willing they are to open their books.
Amanda.
The guessing game on who pumps money into our political parties will soon be history. President Cyril Ramaphosa signed the political party funding bill into law on Tuesday. Once in effect, we will know if and when self-confessed cigarette smuggler Adriano Mazzotti gives money to the economic freedom fighters.
Hey, there is a new capture here.
But EFF leader Julius Malema seems to have no problem with the bill.
We are ready. We have always been ready. The founding manifesto of the EFF actually speaks about that. That all parties must disclose their funders. We absolutely have no problem.
The DA too faced questions about a 500,000 rand donation from the Gupta-owned Sahara company. They back the new law as well.
This piece of legislation must be able to ensure that it secures the rights of everybody. It has to ensure that ultimately transparency is upheld, but furthermore that opposition politics are maintained. Not that you want for a political party to go after people who fund opposition parties, because at the end of the day, you will destroy opposition in the way.
The governing party has had its fair share of drama on who pays the piper. In the mix, the Gupta brothers, controversial facilities management company Busasa, and of course the interest of the ANC's own investment wing, Chancellor House.
Comply with the law and the rule of law. If that is what the law says, we will comply with the law fully. But for now, it's not the case. And normally each and every law, before it becomes into effective, it will take about 90 days to 180 days. So between now and then, we are prepared to comply with the authorities.
Widely welcomed, the party funding law will not come into effect before the May election, and none of the parties has volunteered in the spirit of the new law to open their books until they absolutely have to.
Amanda!
Samkele Masego, Johannesburg.
Still to come, we look into the life and times of renowned music legend Oliver Mtukudzi, who died on Wednesday.